a background, and the bird. This is what I will be working on today, so come color along with me. So, funny story, I colored in the background without filming. Haha! So, I printed out another copy and reworked the background. I started with grass green and blocked in the areas I wanted to have green. Now, the second background went together a lot faster since I already had the colors figured out. I prefer working out the colors on screen though, since this shows a better progression for you to see how I work out the colors. Oh well, sorry about that. Hi everyone, welcome back to this color along. I'm Catherine, the artist behind Bigelow Fine Arts. The background is sped up, but the bird is in real time, and this is how fast I'm moving. This is a free downloadable from Joanna Basford's blog that I will link to below, but it is also in her Worlds of Wonder adult coloring book if you just want to get the book or already have the book. I'm zoomed in as much as I can, so hopefully everything is clear and easy to follow. I have the palettes listed for free on Patreon or Ko-fi, whichever works best for you. And they are also listed on screen as always. I block in most of the rest of the white space with light cerulean blue. It is okay to leave a little bit of white space, or even gaps between the colors. There will obviously be more layers of color. I'm going to focus on building up the color in the areas with blue. Not all blue areas will be worked up blue, so choose which blue spots will remain blue. For those, I add in some indigo blue. For the top blue opening, I added the indigo blue against the leaves, but down near the bird's legs I put the darker blue in the middle. Two options. In my opinion, the darker blue around the edges looked nicer. I blend out the indigo blue with more cerulean blue. I do avoid the lighter parts of the sky for now. I add in more indigo blue to darken the blue more. I blend in more cerulean. I then blend the lightest part of the sky with white so I can blend in the blue into the paper and get a smooth finish. I touch up the dark part with a little more indigo to help make it pop a little more, and now I can move on to the green parts of the background. With canary yellow, I go through and fill in all of the white space, the remaining blue space, and some of the green spaces. I also blend into the edges of green spaces to bring together all of the colors. For the green spaces, I will go through and work them up similar to the blue I did earlier. I come through with dark green and add in a darker section to the middle of the green areas, or up against the line art in the case of the green up against the leaves. I'm creating a gradient of green with it darker in the center. With the cerulean blue, I add more color over some of the yellow, basically in the areas where I added the blue earlier. I want to mix the blue and yellow to create a different green. I blend out the green areas with more grass green, taking them into the yellow to blend them at their edges. This is giving a soft out-of-focus effect in the background, where there are shapes and colors in the background, but too far away to determine what they are. A touch of cerulean for a missed area, then I go back through with canary yellow again and lightly blend in with the blues in the edges. I build up more layers of green with grass green, also making sure to go over some of the yellow as this will create another green. I blend in more blue in the blue areas. I add more yellow to the edges and over the blue and some of the green. I add more grass green to the edges of the green areas. I blend everything with white to smash the color into the paper to give it a smooth coverage. I then touch up with dark green and cerulean blue to make sure I still have the bright colors I need in the areas I need them. The white does dull the colors a lot, but it works so well to push all of the colors together and into the paper better. I only have the 24 set, so this is what is available to me without just darkening the background too much. Now onto the bird. This is a brambling. I have no idea what bird this might be, but I found a cute picture and decided it would work nicely. Google Images to the rescue. I go through and block in all of the areas that are black. If this is your first time here, welcome! This is the third video for this bird, but I worked up some other birds on this page if you want more color alongs. I have the playlist linked above in the cards, but feel free to jump in right here. Each video stands alone. If you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button to catch the next part of this color along. With canary yellow, I begin to work up the beak and feet with a light base layer. I block in shadows with Spanish orange, mostly at the tops of the legs, around the feet, and a little on the beak. I darken the shadows on the legs with sienna brown before turning my attention back to the rest of the bird. I also add in a light base layer over the wings, tail, bottom of the bottom, neck, and head. There is some white on this bird, such as on the bottom, but there will be a shadow cast there, so I am adding in shadows in some places and color in other places. I layer in goldenrod in the same places I put the sienna brown. The bird isn't exactly brown, but it isn't exactly orange either. Rather, it's a mix of colors. With dark brown, I add in more banding and spots. The spots do look more like a checkerboard. I realized it as I was going, but too late to do anything about it. Maybe don't alternate the pattern as much, or use round circles for the spots. I add in light layers on the cheeks and head. Then I work up shadows under the beak, under the neck ruff, and around the bottom. I add in a light layer of orange to the areas I want to be more orange. I guess I really want terracotta here, so I'm mixing brown and orange. This will go on the head, neck ruff, back, and legs. I am using a light pressure, enough to get color down, but not too much color. I blend in more goldenrod in the same places so I can blend and tone down the orange. I add in black to increase the contrast on the shadows as well as refine the banding and spots so they will stand out a little more. Let's play checkers on this poor bird's back. I add in more to the tail as well. The tail shows both black and white feathers, so I am purposely keeping some of the feathers light. I layer in more Spanish orange over the orange areas. I layer in Tuscan red to add in the shadows and bring a depth to the color. I don't need the red so much as I want the shadows to have more depth and darkness. I go through with sienna brown and I begin blending in the orange parts of the bird, as well as adding in a little over the light parts of the tail. I'm not using a heavy pressure, maybe a medium pressure. Slightly more than the light pressure I have been using, but varying it as needed, such as being lighter on the light tail feathers. I want to blend out the whole bird now, but not with white. I have already established that white dulls down some colors. So with the white I want to blend out the cheeks and nose, the belly, and the white parts of the tail as well as the legs. With peach, I want to blend out the rest of the bird to see where I am color-wise and contrast-wise. The peach is covering the orange areas like the neck ruff, top of the head, back, wings, and the tail again. I basically blend out the whole bird with a pretty heavy pressure using the white and the peach. I come back with dark brown and touch up all of the shadows to make sure the darkest parts are still dark and the gradient is still there. And that is this bird vignette finished, but not without some drama with the background. Thanks for coloring along with me on this bird today. Let me know below or on social media if you colored along and how your coloring went. I'd love to know how your little vignette turned out. I want to thank you all so much for coming along and joining in with me. If you found this useful, please like and share so others can also find this video. Until next time, happy coloring.